So what are we doing today? We are decluttering, and I've got items from all 5, count them, Fly Lady zones to show you, so let's get moving. Diana Derrick here, and welcome back once again to my cosy minimalist home here in wonderful Copenhagen. What's your favourite way to declutter? Now you know me, I love the one a day method. Very simple, super effective. But occasionally, I still do the old school Fly Lady 15 minutes on the timer. That works really well. But after the Getting Organised Virtual Summit, I know many of you came to watch me there. I got so inspired that I went a little bit crazy the weekend after the summit. So today I'm going to show you everything that I decluttered that weekend before I went off to see my mum in Scotland. And remember, usually you should set yourself up for success by having bags or boxes ready for your donations, for any recycling or rubbish that you find along the way. I've kept these items out because I wanted to show you items from each zone. And we will start with this week's zone, which zone is it? It's the Fly Lady Zone 2, the kitchen. I use the Fly Lady method. That's the method that I teach. It just keeps us focused. It takes the guesswork out of it. Without further ado, roll up those sleeves, get up off your bahookie and get inspired and ready to declutter. Right, so various bits and bobs here. I've got some chopsticks that we never use and they're actually not that great. I will check with the kids, maybe they want them, and otherwise they will go to our next swap. I've also got the Earl Grey, lemon Earl Grey that was a gift from Helena, but I've tried it in different ways and I just don't like it. It's still good until next year, so I'll pass that on to a friend. One of these mixing bowls, I've got a mixing bowl that I use. Let me just grab it. The classic Margrethe skål, which was named after Queen Margaret of Denmark. So this one I'm keeping. This one I really don't like, and it belonged to a mixer that I had, and I no longer have the mixer. So that one is going. Also, one of these wooden spoons, which is surplus to requirements. And can anybody tell me what is the hole in this one meant for? I've never understood that. Maybe I need to Google it. I'm sure somebody has the answer. I think it's something to do with eggs, picking up eggs out of the water. Don't need it. This is actually from my swimming gear box of tricks. We use the tin mugs because when you put your hot tea after you've been for a nice dip in the winter, keeps your hands nice and warm. But I've got quite a few really nice ones that I like. So this one, this was a freebie thing, and I'm going to hand that on to one of the other ladies because we've got quite a few new ladies joining us, and they need that for the winter. Now this is something that I brought back from Mum's house when I was over in Mum's house in Edinburgh, and I don't know, Mum has never used it, and it's one of those, have you ever bought one of those kind of weird gadget things which you think is going to change your life? And you know what, I tried it when I got back here. Absolutely useless. So that is actually just going out in the recycling, cardboard and plastic metal. And a mug which had belonged to one of the kids, but actually it's already kind of chipped and it's never been great. So this one is just going out. Right, and then with all that stuff there, let's move on to Fly Lady Zone 3, which is the bathroom plus one other room. So I'm in the storage room in the basement, and before I went to Edinburgh, I went through my travel box, you know, anything that I need for travelling, adapters, depending on whether I'm going to the UK or travelling elsewhere. And I've come up with all of these things. So one of these travel bags, what do you call them? Packing bags. I never use the large size. So this one can go, and remember with this thing, if you get a pack of 4 different sizes, just keep what you need. You don't need to keep them all. So the large one, never use that. That is being given away. I've also had some extra old purses, which I would keep currency in, but actually never used those either. And some of them are quite nice. So those are going too. A couple of chargers that we don't need. Sorry, not chargers, adapters. I've got enough. What's this one for? You can see that there. Oh, hold on. Upside down. And think about that. Are you holding on to these things because maybe you will travel to, I don't know, Australia? But you know, you can borrow these things from a friend if need be. I've got one of these, what do you call it? In Danish they call them a pengeket, which is one of these things for hiding your money, or don't need that. And also an inflatable travel pillow. And also from down here, because I've also got some old kitchen stuff. Do you remember I decluttered one cloche, cheese cloche? And this one, I'm never going to be serving cheese like that again. Or, you know, I've got nice platters I can put it on. So this one is going to, and there's more, so hang on. I've also gone through my craft paints, fabric paints, all those kind of things. And actually out of these two boxes, I can see that most of the paint sadly has dried up. And just let this be a reminder to you that don't hang on to things unless you are going to use them within a reasonable amount of time. Because I should really have handed most of the stuff on a long time ago, and now it's just going to be recycled. But anyway, there are a few things which can be handed on. The textile fabric paint pens, I'll hand those on to a friend, because I've got quite a lot of friends with small kids who might like that, you know, for doing fun t-shirts. And also I've got lots of friends who do watercolours, things like that. So those can be handed on. Some of the paint is okay, like these ones. I've also got a figure that can be handed on. I'm not going to be doing any kind of life drawings any longer, so all that can go out. There we go. All those paints, all these paints are still good. And as you can see, most of this is just junk and old palette knives and stuff. I also went through the wires that we have in the toolbox, and all of these thin steel wires. I've asked Viva because she's going to take those, because she does a lot of floristry and floral decorations, and I've kept one or two, but I don't need 4. Remember, so hopefully I am inspiring you to go and look through what you've got, whether it's craft supplies, yarn, you know, yarn that you're never going to crochet with again, or knit. Let's see what we've got and pass it on to somebody who can use it before it just becomes rubbish. And don't think we're finished here yet. A couple of more things from the basement. These were put in a corner, and I thought, what on earth is it? I had to open it up. I had no idea. And it says covers for underbed boxes. And I was thinking, what underbed boxes? Turns out it was something from IKEA for beds that we had for the kids, and the beds have long gone, and they had kind of under bed storage, you know, you could pull out, and we didn't bother putting these covers on it because we were using the storage the whole time. And these covers have just been sitting there for years, but because, you know, you can't really see that, it was stuffed in the back somewhere. Anyway, now it is time for these to leave the building. Okay, what have you got hiding in the corners of your basement? Let me know. And before we move on to Fly Lady Zone for the bedroom, just another couple of random items from the basement, which is where I store just things that are seasonal or very seldom used. Okay, guess what this is? If you've been watching my YouTube channel for a long time, you will know what it is. I have used it once, but many years ago. See, like that? It's a form of press, and it's for making Danish rullepølse. You put in a piece of pork, roll it up, and then put it in the press and leave it there. I can't remember how long it was to be left for, a week, 2 weeks. Anyway, I'm not going to be using it again. And this press, rullepølse pass, was made by my husband's brother. It came from the house when my dearly departed Danish father-in-law died, and my brother-in-law didn't want it. That's what that is. And then what is this Danish item? You've also seen it in a video many years ago. What could this be? It is for making Danish dumplings that go into soup. Suppe med kødboller og melboller. Melboller means dumplings. Here we are. I'll see if I can pass it on to somewhere, you know, some like a kind of a museum or whatever, because it is a bit of nostalgia, but I'm not sure I would want to. I'm not sure I would want to use it, and I don't think it's kind of safe for using for food purposes. Anyway, we shall see. Have you got any weird and wonderful objects made by the family? Anyway, on to Fly Lady Zone 4. So let's see, I was inspired to go through my scarf collection again. You will know that I started off with 4, 5, 6 boxes of scarves, now down to this one which sits in my dresser drawer. So the ones which are going today are kind of flimsy, very dark navy blue scarf. This one, which is actually probably type 4 colours in Dressing Your Truth, not type 1, so that can go as well. And this one, I got it from Vibeke. I think she got it vintage somewhere, but I'm not using it and it's a bit too dull. Some earrings, they're not family heirlooms. These were junk jewellery that I picked up somewhere. Maybe my daughter might like those. These are ones that I got in San Francisco when I turned 50, but actually I never, hold on, let's see, they were. I never wear them, and I don't like them, they're just a bit too dull. You know, I like my pearls, but not these ones. So these I will pass on, together with these ones. I mean, they are nice, they're nice pearls, but I don't need to hold on to them, not going to wear them. And these little ones, I never wear stud earrings. I like something a bit more dangly, and these went together with a necklace that I had, but the necklace I passed on years ago, so all those are going. Coloured bracelets, no. Also this one, this kind of goes with those, that makes a nice set. And I've discovered that I really don't like kind of cold or very noisy bracelets. Pink colour is fabulous, but it just feels too kind of cold and hard on my skin. Some travel, a little travel set, you know, of these little pod things that you can put your cream or shampoo or stuff into. I've got enough that I use, so these ones are just going to our next swap. Oh, there was one more scarf. This gold one with the little tassely bits, that's also going. And also that this was an old sweater of mine, and I did like it and I've worn it a lot, but now it's kind of washed out. And I've noticed that there are 2 holes forming. I've already patched one down there. And I think it's just kind of fatigue, you know, like metal fatigue. And if you've ever had a pair of shoes where it's crumbled, the sole, after years of wearing. Yeah, so I think it's time to say thank you, but goodbye. And also a couple of things when we're at the summer house at the weekend. I brought them back in this plastic lunchbox, which is also going out. I had a few nail varnishes over there, but honestly, this one can be passed on, and that one can be passed on, and this sparkly one can be passed on, and a ring. Ring. Anybody remember the ABBA song? There we are. And don't look too closely at my nails. I was trying out a nail varnish, which is also being decluttered. Don't like it. So woo, that's it from Fly Lady Zone 4. And then let's take a look at some items from Zone 5, which is the living room, and also Zone 1, which is the dining room and the entryway to the home, you know, the hall. So starting off with this plant, it used to be in the bathroom, but it's just not thriving. I had put it in here in the dining room, but I don't think this plant is going to recover. So that is going out. You have old spent candles that can go. Also from in here over there, I keep things for, you know, some kind of serving dishes. But I'm not going to use these ones again. I mean, it's a nice little set. I have used this part of it, you know, as a tray for candles, but I've got other ones. And also another jug, you know, for hot coffee. I'm thinking that this one I can take to Blue Tits, you know, because we're always having our hot tea at Blue Tits on a Saturday morning, hot tea or coffee. And I've got some thermos flasks. I don't need this one. I've got a nice fancy one, but this one, I think it was IKEA, probably IKEA. Oh, and also a little shout out to my friends who are also decluttering. My American bestie, Erica from America, she was clearing out things from her mother-in-law's home, and she found a whole lot of knitting, wool, special, you know, needles. And she doesn't knit, but she said to me, oh, maybe Vibeke would like that. And Vibeke, she loves knitting socks, and she was delighted to get it. So let's see what we can move on. What you are not using, move on to somebody else. And a few items from Zone 5, the living room. Let's head in there. So what about your bookshelves? Have you taken a look through those recently? Here are some which I'm ready to let go of. These ones, I'll probably take that to the next clothes swap, because many of the ladies and their kids, they read in English. This was a terrible, terrible joke book. Yeah, anyway, that can go. That was a gift from family. And what about things like reference books? Do you ever refer to your reference books? And honestly, most things are available online now, or you can get them at your local library should you need to do it. So let's just get these things passed on or recycled or whatever you want to do with it. Remember to sing yourself happy. Well, didn't we do well? I think I did well. And I just want to remind you here that you don't need to be decluttering for endless hours and not taking breaks. The simple methods work too. The one a day, just look for one thing that you can declutter today. Let me know what it is going to be in the comments. And as usual, if I've inspired you today, I hope you will help me out. All you need to do is like the video, subscribe, though you're already subscribed, aren't you? Yes, Diane, yes. Share the video with a friend. Maybe you can help somebody else out today, keep them accountable. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Gone from my head. Postmenopausal woman. Oh yeah, and you don't need to be writing a big comment here, even just an emoji comment. Let me know what the weather is like, what season it is for you right now. Anyway, I'm going to get all these things put away, put into the bags for donations of our next swap party. And all I've got left to say is keep moving forward, up off that behoogie. Take care until I see you again. Live long and prosper. May the decluttering hoogie be with you. And I'll see you very soon with a rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now. Woo.